Alcohol is more deadly than crack and cocaine, y'all. It's way more deadly. So what I'm saying, when I say drug use, I'm including alcohol. You can't struggle against him high. The work that has to be done, you can't do it while you're under the influence. You're talking about the corporations in this country not having the power that they've always had. That's what you're talking about. Understand that that's what you're talking about. You're talking about that there should not be a military economy. The military-industrial complex should not control Congress and the Senate and the presidency. You're saying that Wall Street and the financiers should not enjoy the control that they enjoy right now. You're talking about taking this country in an anti-corporate agenda. Not saying that you're going to get rid of the corporations, but you're going to restrict their influence. Because as long as these corporations are controlling your government is not going to serve you. Your government's going to serve the corporations. That is what you are dealing with. And therefore, you got to get ready for this struggle. In 1968-69, on the campus of San Francisco State University, they had the longest, bloodiest student strike in this country's history. That was San Francisco State. They don't tell you too much about it. As a result of that strike, you had the educational opportunity programs, EOP programs, Black Studies departments, and even a School of Ethnic Studies, the only one in the country at San Francisco State, School of Ethnic Studies. A history of tradition of struggle on that particular campus. You all may have to think about and begin to organize towards a statewide strike of the campuses, of the UC system and the CSU system. A statewide strike. You may have to do that. Because if you notice, they're not listening. The regents had the audacity. Now check this out for arrogance. The regents of the UC system had the meeting to increase the tuition by 30% on a campus of UCLA. Ain't that cold-blooded? Now, if you're gonna have a meeting to deal with raising tuition, why are you gonna add insult to injury by having that meeting on a college campus, right? See, they're challenging you. They're challenging you. They're saying, nah, all they want to do is party. All they want to do is get high. All they thinking about is sex. All they thinking about is the mall. They're challenging you. How dare they have that meeting on a college campus? And then you're gonna raise tuition 30%. That's a challenge to you. That's a slap in the face to you. That's letting you know we do not fear you. We don't fear you. You're watching TV. You're playing video games. We do not fear you. We can do anything we want to you. And we can brazenly raise these tuition 30%, and we're going to choose a college campus to do it on. What y'all going to do about it? That's what they're saying. I ain't trying to instigate. But that's what they're saying, though. That's what they're saying, right? And that's what I mean when I say that they don't think that you're going to sacrifice. They don't think that you're willing to sacrifice. That's what they think. They don't think that you're willing to do what you have to do in order to stop this madness. We have to stop these wars, y'all. We have to stop these wars. The people are hurting. The people, you have to understand how much the people are hurting in this country. Get beyond Irvine, psychologically, politically. Get beyond Irvine and see how the people are living. Do you know in Detroit, there's no major supermarket in Detroit, in the city of Detroit. Like Lucky's or Safeway, I don't know what they have down here. But a major supermarket. There's none in Detroit. And so they're like mom and pop shops. And so when the trucks come into Detroit with food, the food trucks, do you know that the food trucks have to have armed guards? The food trucks have to have armed guards. That's how much the people are hurting in Detroit. Who would allow such a thing? The mutrafin, the corrupt rich. The corrupt rich. They show pictures in the morgue, in the Detroit City morgue, in which the bodies were just piling up because the people can't afford funerals. Who would allow such a system? The mutrafin, the corrupt rich. A city where 40% of the houses are in foreclosure. Can you imagine a city in which 40% of the houses are in foreclosure? 40%? Who would allow such a system? The mutrafin, the corrupt rich. And so back in the 60s, there was more of an emphasis, it was race and class, with a little emphasis more on race. Now, one of the changes now is that it's still race. It's still race, but class is going to be a little bit to the forefront. The poor, y'all, the poor, and the working poor. and our people are struggling to make ends meet, and no one seems to care. No one seems to care. And they're supposed to be relying on their politicians, but no one seems to care. Because again, these politicians are in the back pockets of the corporations, of the other corrupt rich. You have to change it. You have to change it. And it's not going to take a lot of you. Never think that it's going to take quantity. Never go with quantity. Always go with quality over quantity. Always go with quality over quantity. It's never about how many people are in your organization. It's never about how many people came to your meeting. It's never about how many people came to your demonstration. It's never about that. It's all about the quality of people who come. Because once you get a certain quality of people, you get 3, 2, 3, 5 quality people. They can do the work and have the effect of 25 and 50 and 100 people. So it's always about quality. But the quality is related to our lifestyle. The quality is related to what we're bringing. The quality is related to our dedication and our sincerity. The quality is related to how we think with respect to material things and the like. The quality is related to the type of strugglers that we are. And we must struggle. This is going to be serious business, y'all. Very serious. He gave another stimulus. He gave another stimulus for unemployed people. That runs out next year. That runs out in 2010. What happens when these stimulus, like, you know, extending worker benefits, you know, unemployment benefits, so on and so forth. What happens when that runs out? You have any idea what the people are dealing with? In the black community, we have 2 choices for our youth in the black community. Either mass incarceration, right? Or mass unemployment. What did they tell us about the Great Depression? They said the Great Depression, unemployment was at 25% in the Great Depression. 25%. In the black community, black youth, the unemployment rate is at 40% in the black community. 40%. Well, if 25% was a depression, what in the world is 40%? And so in the black community, we have the 2 choices of mass incarceration or mass unemployment. And they wonder why things happen in the hood, you know, that happen in the hood. We're talking about pressures that are being placed on the people. And it's only a matter of time before things give. And guess what? To our non-Muslim friends, they pulled another fast one. When they took away civil liberties in this country, who do they blame it on? The terrorists. The terrorists. The terrorists are in this country, ready to strike us. It might be a Muslim who lives next door to you. Watch out. And you know how they scare the American people? And American people be so scared, poor things. They be living in fear all the time. I can't stand behind somebody at the airport. If I stand behind somebody, they be paranoid. I'm a black man and a Muslim too. Oh my God. I mean, and I'm standing there. No, I'm standing there just waiting for my ticket. You know, just waiting in line. Boy, if there's a white person in front of me, they look back. I mean, the whole time they look at us and you poor Americans, they got y'all so frightened. They got y'all frightened over every little thing. But check this out. They took away civil liberties and they blamed it on the terrorists, these Muslim terrorists in the country.